Hey guys, how y'all doing? Welcome back. My dog. Holy shit. Dog. Hey guys, how y'all doing? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be making a video about some favorite books that I am scared to reread. So I recently did a video talking about TBR books that I'm scared to read, so books that I have yet to read on my shelf that I'm just scared to read for whatever reason. So this video is kind of in the same grain as that, but it's some of my old favorite books that I am just scared to reread in fear that I'm not going to enjoy them as much as I did the first time. You guys all know, you got those books that you just loved so much, like favorite books of all time, and then you grow up and you realize they may not be as good as you remember them being. So let's just get into the list because I've got some books to talk about. So I think I'm going to start off with the one that nobody's going to care about, but I felt like I wanted to mention anyways, and that is The Last Song by Nicholas Sparks. This was like my favorite book as a 10-year-old. Why was I reading this when I was 10? I don't know, but I was trash for Nicholas Sparks. I'm sure some of you know this. Julia, you're probably yelling at me right now. It's fine. But I was obsessed with Nicholas Sparks and The Last Song, and I still love The Last Song. I love the movie and everything. I bought a new copy of the book so that I could annotate it. And this is my beat up copy. To see how beat up this is. Like, I'm honestly scared if I were to read this one more time it would fall apart. That's how many times I read this. I am pretty sure this is my most read book of all time. Even more than Harry Potter. Yeah. Yeah, I said it. What the hell. But recently I reread another Nicholas Sparks book and didn't quite love it as much as I used to. And some controversies have come to light about Nicholas Sparks, about being a homophobe and racist, and we're not about that here on this channel. So I have some issues and some conflicts regarding him and his work now, but saying that this was one of my favorite books, I do want to reread it and I do want to annotate my new copy of it, but I am just terrified that it's not going to live up to what I remember it being, and I'm scared that I'm just, you know, not gonna love it. Little Brittany is growing up and realizing what's good, and I'm really hoping that I still think that at least, like, if I don't like any other Nicholas Sparks books besides this one, I'm okay with that. Like, I could live with unhauling and hating all of his other books if I could just still love this one. Okay, like, just give me this, okay? The next book that I'm scared to reread is Memoirs of a Teenage Amnesiac by Gabrielle Zevin. This was one of my favorite books, I think, in 2014. Before I started my channel is when I was just watching BookTube and I heard about this book, basically about this girl who has amnesia and she has to try to, like, get her memory back or something, or is trying to remember things. I don't really remember what else this book's about. I remember she no longer likes her boyfriend and she ends up falling for somebody else, I think. But this was like one of my favorite books. Like, I read it from the library, and then once I got like birthday money or something, I immediately purchased it and was so excited. And I haven't even really touched it since. I tried rereading it and I got maybe like a chapter in, and then I stopped reading to read something else because I think I got too scared that I wasn't going to enjoy it as much. And now I'm even more scared because I just listened to an audiobook of Gabrielle Zevin's other book, Elsewhere, and did not love it that much. Like, hardly at all. Wasn't very good. And so now I'm scared that I'm not going to enjoy this one either, and I'm going to have like the same issues with it that I had with Elsewhere. I'm terrified, and I'm like oddly attached to books that I read back in 2014 or like 2015, like early BookTube days. I'm like oddly attached to them, and I don't want to have to get rid of this book if I end up rereading it and not loving it. So like, I don't want my like good memories of this book to be tainted by me rereading it and not liking it. But you guys know I love rereading books. I love rereading favorite books, and so I'm very conflicted. I'm very, very conflicted. I think I want to reread this one day, but I don't know. The next one, oh boy. The next one is The Samurai Turned Pretty by Jenny Han. This was a trilogy that I was obsessed with in 2015, I believe. I read them all, loved them, adored them. The only thing I didn't like about them was the ending of the third book. Oof. I thought that it was a really fun series. I enjoyed the characters for the most part. I just remember having like a super fun time with these books, and I really wanted to reread them. And then Rocky from Blonde with the Books recently reread, I don't know if she read the whole series or if she just read this one, but she reread The Summer I Turned Pretty, and she was tweeting about some problematic lines and things that she found within the book, and I was like, oof, how did I never notice these things? I wish that I had like screenshotted her tweets so I could like refer to them for you guys, because I don't remember what she said. She tweeted about some problematic things, and now I'm really worried to reread it. It's just like one of those really like old school YA books that just probably won't hold up to what I remember them being, and so I'm just really terrified. I'm really scared to ever reread these, but maybe I will because I love Jenny Han, but I'm a little nervous. The next one, Divergent by Veronica Roth. Let's get into it. Okay, so this was one of my favorite books in 2014. Like, I read this when the movie was coming out. I borrowed the first book from my cousin. I think I read like 50 pages the night she gave it to me, and then finished it the next morning when I woke up. And then immediately I gave the book to my dad to give back to her because he was going to their house. He brought me back Insurgent. I read that. Same situation, 50 pages-ish that night, and then finished it the next morning. Like, there was 2 days where I just didn't get out of my bed all day because I was reading these books. And these aren't like small books, like they're like chunky, and I read them all in one day. And then, you know, I had to wait for Allegiant because she was currently reading it, so I just ended up going out and buying the box set at Costco and then just reading Allegiant. And I was obsessed. I loved the movie when it came out, loved it so much. And now I've had some time away from the series. I've realized that the rest of the series isn't that good, but I think that I would still enjoy this book, at least to an extent, because I still enjoy watching the movie from time to time. I'm very conflicted because if I were to reread this book, I wouldn't necessarily want to reread them all. I definitely don't want to reread Allegiant. I'm intrigued to reread Insurgent, but like I love Divergent so much, so I'm scared that by reading it I'll like confirm that I don't like it, and then I'll like want to get rid of it. But guys, one, this feels like a staple on my bookshelf at this point, and like I can't get rid of it. And also, I met Veronica Roth and it's freaking signed, so like I can't get rid of it because I'm attached to all my signed books. So I mean, this one's a toughie. Maybe I'll reread it one day, but maybe I'll just try to ignore any negative things about it and just let it live on the shelf forever. And the final book that I'm going to talk about today is Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins. This was, for the longest time, my favorite contemporary book. I considered Stephanie Perkins like my favorite contemporary author. Morgan Matson soon stole that title from her, but I still considered her like one of my favorites. This one is just about like a girl studying abroad in Paris, and she ends up falling for this guy named St. Clair, but he has a girlfriend, and plus I think one of her best friends also likes him, and so there's just all these reasons why she shouldn't like him. And I'm scared that, there's 2 reasons why I'm scared about reading this one. One, I'm scared that it's just not going to hold up, like it's just going to be like a trashy old YA book and I'm just not going to like it as much. And then I'm also scared because there's some emotional cheating. I don't think there's any actual physical cheating in this book from what I recall. I know at one point they share a bed, but nothing happens from my memory. I don't know if they ever actually like cheat on his girlfriend, but I don't know if that would bother me. I mean, just based on how I felt about Again But Better with the cheating and how it didn't like completely bother me, it didn't like ruin the book, I'm hoping I'd feel the same way about this one. But I'm also scared that like other problematic things might pop up. I just remember that Anna and St. Clair were my favorite ship forever, and like I died reading the other books with their cameos in them. And I'm really scared that I'm not gonna love it as much. But this is something that I do want to reread, and if you can see, there is a bookmark in it. I started rereading it. I'm on page 43. I don't know when I started rereading this. Maybe one day I'll get back to it and hopefully love it. But there you go. I'm scared. So obviously I have a lot of books that I'm scared to reread. There are some more on my shelf, but these are just kind of like the biggest ones, the most popular ones for the most part that I could think of, or the ones I'm just most scared to read. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Comment down below maybe some of your favorite books that you're scared you aren't gonna like anymore when you reread them, because I'd really love to have that kind of discussion with you guys down below. Subscribe if you have not yet already, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!